Welcome to the very first In Spaces Between video. It's my first time doing this, and it's a bit strange speaking into a laptop, so please bear with me as I get the hang of it. So I just wanted to pop in and have a bit of a catch-up chat, a bit of an update. You would have noticed that the blog's been a little quieter of late, and I thought I would tie in my update with a question from Connie from A Life of Perfect Days. She had sent me a question on Facebook a few days ago, and if you're not familiar with Connie, please do yourself a favour and go and check out her blog. She's gorgeous, beautiful spirit, and she writes about really great stuff. She's got a lot of wisdom, and I absolutely love her blog. So yeah, I just wanted to answer her question, which I will read out to you. So she has asked me, one of my daily challenges is finding ways to balance and give time to all the different aspects of my life. I sometimes struggle to fit everything in: exercise, work, study, time with the boy, time with friends, blogging, building my business, me time, etc. From the outside and from what I've read in your blog, you seem to be juggling a lot of different areas of life too, and you appear to do it really well. I'd love some of your insights and tips into how to do it. So the timing could not be more perfect for this question, because it allows me to segue into a bit of an explanation about what's going on for me at the moment. So let's talk about balance for a minute. So I've always liked the thought of living a balanced life, and I guess there's a certain appeal to having all the areas of your life. So let's say work and relationships and friends and family and exercise, hobbies, health, and more recently for me, and if you have a blog as well, the blog thing, all lined up in a row, and everything balances and nothing's sort of out of whack, and you're feeling good. The past 8 months or so since I started In Spaces Between, I've been without a doubt the busiest that I've ever been. And with that busyness, what I've begun to realise is that this concept of balance, where everything fits in perfectly and the ratios all add up, and every area of our life is under control and equal, is a bit of a myth. So it doesn't actually exist. I can't remember if it was Danielle Laporte that said something along the lines of, it's not about balance, it's about priorities. And the simplicity of that really struck me. I think that while we're out there searching for balance and trying to keep a million balls in the air at the same time because we think we have to, what happens is we don't hit anything out of the park. We don't do any of it to the very best of our ability, because our energy's been completely diluted, and our creative energy, gets maxed out. So I'm reading a brilliant book, which I'll just show you, called The Creative Habit. This is it. And I just wanted to share a couple of lines with you that I've taken note of here. So she says, in an accelerated, overachieving world, we all take pride in our ability to do 2 or more things at the same time. Working on our vacations, using an elegant dinner to hammer out a business deal, reading while we're groaning on the Stairmaster. The irony of multitasking is that it's exhausting. When you're doing 2 or more things simultaneously, you use more energy than the sum of energy required to do each task independently. So in a nutshell, basically what she's saying is that you're never really doing anything 100% when you're trying to do a million things at the same time. Do you guys agree with that? It rings so true for me, and it's kind of where I'm at the moment. So what I've done to move past that is I have basically, instead of trying to balance everything perfectly, I'm more about investing a big chunk of my energy into a project and really going for it for a shorter period of time. So as I said, for the past 8 months, it's been my blog, and I've worked mornings, I've worked before work, lunch break, after work, weekends, whatever it's taken to get it done, and I've been really passionate about it, so it's been very, very easy to do, which is great. And then I woke up one morning and realised, hey, I'm getting married in 2 months, and I really, really need to invest all that energy that's being used in other areas. I really need to taper that in and invest it into this wedding project, and I'll call it a project. in inverted commas, it really needed my attention, and so that's where I am at the moment. That's what I'm up to, and I have mentioned that on the site, but I just wanted to reiterate that it doesn't mean the end of my blog or the end of anything. If you choose to pull all that energy and focus on one thing, it just means that at that time that's what's required to get the job done. So with that in mind, I guess the moral of the story is work out what your big project is at the moment. It might be 2 big projects, but work out what it is and also what your non-negotiables are. So that might be your partner or your health, or you'll know what's best for you there. And give yourself fully to it. Give it all you've got. When the inspiration's flowing, take it, run with it, and just make something amazing. And don't forget that you've got permission to reshuffle those priorities. So just because one thing's at the top of the list for a while doesn't mean that it needs to stay there forever. So just really let yourself off the hook and say, I'll use a personal example. I've been, as I said, hugely into my blog, and it brings up all those guilt things and those overachieving tendencies and that perfectionist in me to have to say, I can't physically do all of this at the moment. I need to use that creative energy in other areas. But I'm already thinking 3-4 months down the track of all my ideas for post-wedding. So don't worry, there's plenty to come, and I know that the pendulum will swing back in favour of the blog or other things once the wedding's done. So that's pretty much it. Basically, just remember that circumstances or opportunities or challenges, they're rarely balanced. They're thrown at us all along the way, and they'll crop up when we least expect it, and that's why life is such a beautiful mystery, and we just need to embrace that. So I hope, Connie, I hope that answers your question, and if you're down with this whole video thing, guys, please do shoot me through an email with a question, and I'll try and answer it, or create one video with a bunch of different questions for you. So lots of love to you all. I hope you have a beautiful evening, and it's been so lovely talking. Bye!